This video is about the alpha loved her but his pack hated her kind. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. ****The alpha loved her but his pack hated her kind. Part 1 ****. In the heart of the Moonshadow Forest, where shadows danced beneath the silver light of the moon, the night was alive with whispers. Crickets chirped an unsettling melody, and the wind carried the scent of presence that could change everything. Luna, a solitary Omega, stood at the edge of the forest, her heart pounding like a war drum. She gazed toward the towering peaks of the Alpha's territory, a place forbidden to her kind. The legends of the Moonshadow pack echoed in her mind, a tale of strength, loyalty, and a fierce disdain for all that did not belong. Brushing her raven hair behind her ear, she felt the familiar itch of her wolf clawing for freedom. But tonight she held back. The Alpha Verk, a man of such undeniable power and intensity, had captivated her heart from a distance. She had no right to dream of him, no right to be a part of his world. "Luna," a voice broke through the stillness. It was her brother, Silas, his expression clouded with concern. "You shouldn't be here. The Alpha's pack won't take kindly to your presence." "I know," she whispered, her gaze still fixated on the distant hills. "But I cannot fight what I feel. You don't understand, Silas. There is something about him, like a force pulling me closer." "The desired dose and tea changed the truth," he said, stepping closer. "You are risking everything, and for what? The man who sees you as beneath him? You'd be nothing but a trespasser in his eyes." Luna turned sharply, anger flaring within her. "You think I want this? I didn't choose to feel this way. It is as if the moon itself has woven our fates together." "Fate or not, you mustn't let it blind you to the danger," Silas urged, frustration spilling from his voice. "You're an Omega. They'll never accept you." The weight of his words settled like a stone in her heart. In her world, Omegas were often seen as weak, lesser beings meant to serve the Alphas and Betas. Yet inside her a fire burned, ignited by the thought of Verk. Suddenly, a howl pierced the night, a deep, resonant call that sent shivers through her. It was him, Verk. A call meant for his pack, a command that echoed with authority. The sound thumbed through her very bones, and she felt her wolf stir in response. "Go home, Luna," Silas urged, his voice softer now. "You don't want to be caught in the grip of his power. They'll never respect you." But even as she heard her brother's words, her heart rebelled. She took a step forward, her instincts pulling her toward the source of that howl. I just can walk away. "Then I can protect you," Silas said, his eyes filled with worry. "Be careful, the pack is unforgiving to those they deem unworthy." Luna nodded, but did not move. As her brother slipped back into the shadows of the trees, she took a deep breath and stepped into the moonlight, each step echoing the unsteady rhythm of her heart. As she ventured deeper into the territory, she felt the air shift. The scent of pine mingled with something raw and primal, making her heart race. She was in dangerous waters, yet she could feel Verk's presence nearby, a magnetic pull that drew her ever closer. Suddenly, she found herself standing before a clearing, illuminated by the moon's glow. A pack of wolves stood, their forms majestic and powerful. At the forefront stood Verk, his fur gleaming like obsidian under the starlight. "Verk," she breathed, her voice barely a whisper. He turned, his gaze locking onto hers. In that moment, the world around them faded away. The growls of his pack, the rustling leaves, everything dissolved into white noise. All that remained was the intensity of his deep amber eyes, a storm of emotion swelling within. "What are you doing here, Luna?" His voice was low, authoritative, but beneath it lay a hint of something softer, something vulnerable. "I have felt drawn to you," she admitted, stepping into the moonlight. The air shimmered between them, charged with unsaid words and unfulfilled promises. "Drawn?" he questioned, tilting his head, the corner of his mouth lifting in an amused smirk. "You realize this is my territory, yes? You shouldn't be here." "Please, Verk," she said, her heart racing. "I know what your pack thinks of my kind, but I can help how I feel. You re not just an alpha to me, you re everything." The tension crackled in the air, thick with unspoken emotions. Verk's gaze softened, but the flicker of conflict was evident in his eyes. "You shouldn't be saying things like that. My pack will never accept you. You're an outsider." "And what about what we feel?" she pleaded, taking a daring step closer. "You can deny it. There is something between us." The air felt electric, and she could see the fight within him. "There is a bond, yes, but it is dangerous for both of us. My people—" "Your people hate me," she interrupted, frustration bubbling over. "They don't even know me. You letting them dictate your heart." I am protecting you, he said, voice firm yet strained. If they find you here, they won't hesitate. The pack is ruthless to those they consider a threat, and you are a threat. Tears stung her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. Threat or not, I refuse to let fear decide my fate. I love you, Verk. The silence that followed was suffocating. Verk's expression hardened, the weight of his obligations pressing down on him like a heavy shroud. You shouldn't, you must understand the consequences of those words. Luna felt the ground shift beneath her. You can just reject me, not after we've felt this connection, not after everything. His face hardened, but she could see the anguish behind his eyes. I wish it were different. I wish I could claim you as my own, but the pack, they would never allow it. You'd be endangering us both. Then I'd rather face their wrath than live a life devoid of you, she declared, her voice catching on the raw emotion. I can go back to a life without hope. Verk closed his eyes as if blocking out the pain. Luna, please. You don't understand. No, she said, stepping back, her heart shattering under the weight of his words. You don't understand. Love should never be a crime. But he was right. The reality of their world was cruel. As she turned to leave, the chilling howl of a wolf echoed through the trees, a sound that shattered the air, declaring her presence. Luna! Verk's voice cut through the night, desperation lacing his tone. Wait! But it was too late. She couldn't face him now, not when the truth lay bare between them, a painful chasm forged by loyalty and duty. As she dashed into the darkness, her heart felt as if it were being torn apart, leaving nothing but echoes of unfulfilled love trailing behind. The pack would never let her in. The alpha loved her, but his pack hated her kind. And with every step she took into the night, the weight of their wills bore down, writing a destiny that neither of them could escape. Asterisk, the alpha loved her, but his pack hated her kind. Part 2 asterisk. Luna stumbled through the underbrush, her heart pounding like a wild creature desperate to escape. Tears streamed down her cheeks, blurring her vision, but she couldn't stop. She needed to put distance between herself and the alpha who had just shattered her hopes. Luna! Verk's voice called after her, echoing through the trees, but she pressed on, fighting against the ache in her chest. The moonlight became a blur, a shimmering veil that separated her from the heartbreak she had just experienced. Luna! His voice came again, nearer this time, and she felt a flicker of warmth at the thought that he cared enough to pursue her. But then she remembered the weight of his rejection, the icy grip of duty that bound him. She wouldn't let herself be drawn back into that dark place. Go back, Verk, she murmured to the shadows. You belong to your pack, not to me. But as she continued deeper into the moonshadowed forest, the trees whispered secrets, the wind carried her name, and her footsteps felt heavier with every passing moment. The pain coursed through her, a reminder that love was not enough to bridge the chasm that lay between their worlds. Luna! His voice again, closer, more urgent. This time, she couldn't ignore the tremor in his tone. She turned, half expecting to see him emerging from the shadows. Instead, her brother Silas stepped into her path, his face a mask of worry and anger. Why did you go to him? Silas demanded, fists clenched at his sides. You know what he is, you know what his pack thinks of you. I didn't go to him, Silas, she said, rage flaring up in her chest. I went to my heart, I went to what I feel, and that is Verk. Silas stepped closer, his voice lowering to a desperate whisper. Luna, you must understand, the danger is real. He is not just an alpha, he is bound by the traditions of his pack. You'll be their prey. I don't care. She spat, the anger boiling over. I refuse to live my life dictated by fear. If love is a crime, then let them hunt me down. Your defiance could mean your death, Silas warned, pain flushing across his face. Please, you have to listen. We have each other, and I cannot lose you to a world that will never accept you. Luna's heart twisted painfully, knowing he spoke out of love. But it is not just about us anymore. This is about something greater, Verk, and there is a connection that feels destined. I can turn away from it. Destiny? Silas scoffed, disbelief dripping from his words. What does that mean in a world like ours? You chasing a fantasy. Luna, open your eyes. No, she shouted, the echo of her anger surprising even herself. It is not a fantasy. It is a bond that transcends everything. You just don't understand. With that, she turned away from her brother, not wanting to see the disappointment etched on his face. She knew he meant well, but his fear only deepened her resolve. She had glimpsed a world of love, even if it was forbidden, and she wouldn't let that light go out so easily. As she wandered deeper into the forest, she felt something shift in the air. The stillness that enveloped her felt irate, and the shadows seemed to coil around her, reminding her of the danger she had just escaped. But then, amidst the darkness, a familiar scent invaded her senses, with smoke and musk, a hint of wildness that made her heart race. "Luna," Vecca's voice emerged from the shadows, low and commanding, making her heart skip. "You can run from this." "I am not running," she said defiantly, though her heartbeat betrayed her. "I then face the truth," he urged, stepping nearer with an intensity that made her breath hitch. "What I said earlier. It doesn't matter," she interjected, stepping forward, the fire in her heart igniting. "What matters is we felt it, Verk. We can pretend it doesn't exist. We were meant to find each other." His amber gaze softened, but the turmoil in his eyes deepened. "But at what cost? My pack, I'll never allow it. You'd be risking everything. Your life is worth more than a fleeting moment of passion." "Is it fleeting?" she challenged, closing the distance between them. "You think I'd be here if it were just a whim? I'd rather die fighting for a love I believe in and live in silence, never knowing what we could be." There was a moment of silence, one where the very air crackled with unresolved tension. Verk looked conflicted, his wolf clawing against the confines of duty and expectation. "If I could claim you as my own without consequence, I would," he whispered, voice breaking. "But I can't." "Then let us change that," she breathed, her desperation rising. "You're not just an alpha, you're a man who feels. We can unite our worlds, Verk. We can." "No," he roared, the force of his voice sending shivers through her. "You don't understand. I can justify my pack. The consequences would be dire. They would see you as a threat. I can let them hurt you." "Then what do we do?" she asked, the fight leaving her voice, replaced with a haunting vulnerability. "Will we just walk away from each other? Will you accept a life that denies part of your soul?" Verk ran a hand through his dark hair, frustration etched deep in his features. "I don't know," he admitted, his voice low and heavy. "But I can lose you to my pack, Esrath. I would never forgive myself." The sorrow in his words pierced her heart. "And what about the life we could create together? A world where love prevails over fear." Verk stepped closer, their breaths mingling in the cool night air. "A world like that is a dream, and dreams are often crushed by reality. Then let us fight for that dream," she urged, her voice cracking with emotion. "If we stand together, we can change everything. I believe in us." But even as she spoke, doubt clawed at her heart. Would they truly have the strength to challenge the norms that bound them? The howls of a distant pack echoed through the trees, a chilling reminder that time was running out. Suddenly, a flash of movement caught her eye. From the shadows emerged a figure, a rival from Vec's pack, eyes gleaming with malice. "What is this?" the newcomer sneered. "The Alpha consorting with the filthy Omega, a betrayal of the highest order." "Zerk," Verk growled, stepping in front of Luna, his posture protective. "You have no right to speak of her like that." "Don't pretend you care for her," Zerk taunted, advancing. "Your loyalty lies with us. She is nothing but a pawn in your foolish game." Luna felt the air thicken with tension, the primal instincts of the wolves flaring to life. "Stay back," she warned, her voice steadier than she felt. Zerk laughed, a cruel sound that echoed in the cool night. "Oh, look at the little Omega trying to play tough. You think you can stand against the pack? You read nothing without an Alpha to protect you." "Enough!" Verk roared, his eyes alight with fury. "You will not harm her. This is between you and me." Zerk's demeanor shifted, a wicked grin spreading across his face. "Is that so? Then, let us see if you are willing to risk everything for her. Your position, your pack, your honor. Would you really choose this creature over your own blood?" The words hung in the air, a heavy weight that pressed down on them all. Luna felt the blood drain from her face. The ultimatum was clear, a choice between her and everything Verk had built. "Verk, you don't have to," she started, but he interrupted. "I'll choose her," Verk declared, his voice unwavering, as if the world around him had faded away. "I'll choose love over loyalty. She is worth every sacrifice." A low growl rumbled from Zerk's throat, the tension sharp enough to cut. "So be it, Alpha, but know that you will face the consequences. You will lose everything." Verk turned to Luna, determination burning in his amber eyes. "We will find a way, I swear it." But as Zerk retreated into the shadows, a chilling fear settled over them both. The pack would not simply allow for this betrayal to go unpunished. The price for love would be steep, and they both knew it. "Whatever comes, we'll face it together," Luna said, gripping his hand tightly. "I want to let you face this alone." With the moon shining above, casting an ethereal glow over the two of them, they felt the bond solidify, a promise to fight against fate, to challenge the world that sought to tear them apart. Together, they would redefine their destinies and carve out a path. Asterisk, the alpha loved her, but his pack hated her kind. Part 3 asterisk. The moon hung high in the night sky, casting an otherworldly glow over Moonshadow Forest. A heavy silence settled after Zek's departure, the tension lingering like a storm cloud about to burst. Vec and Luna stood in the clearing, their hands still intertwined, but the weight of uncertainty pressed down on them. "Are you sure you want to do this?" Vec asked, his voice low, laced with concern. "I can promise what comes next." "I don't want promises," Luna replied fiercely, her heart racing, the fire within her igniting. "I want a chance to fight for us, for what we feel. Love isn't meant to be confined by fear." He searched her gaze, uncertainty flickering in his amber eyes. "This isn't just about us anymore, Luna. Once my pack knows they want, he said idly by, they'll come for you." "I am not afraid of them," she declared, the words spilling from her heart, fueled by a fierce conviction. "I refuse to live in the shadows. I am tired of hiding. If love is a crime, then I'd rather be a criminal." That gaze softened, the storm within him momentarily quelled. "You're brave," he murmured, admiration mingling with fear. "But bravery can lead to pain, and I won't to let you suffer for my choices." "Then let us choose together," she insisted, her voice steady. "If you love me half as much as I love you, we'll find a way. We can forge a new path, one where your pack understands, one where I am not the Omega but Luna, your mate." His heart thudded in his chest, torn between desires and duty, the weight of tradition pressing down on him like an anchor. "Do you believe they will accept you, that they want to see you only through the lens of our hierarchy?" "I believe they will see me for who I am," Luna replied, her voice unwavering. "And if they can then we'll change that. I want to let them define our love." As the wind rustled through the leaves, a distant howl echoed, a haunting reminder of the pack that awaited them. Vec's jaw tightened. "We should return. The longer we linger, the more danger you're in. They'll sense you're here." Luna nodded, her heart heavy with a mix of determination and dread. "Then let us go, together." As they retraced their steps through the forest, Vec walked close, instinctively protective. But the weight of what lay ahead hung heavily in the air. "I need you to understand, Luna," he began, his voice grave. "This won't be easy. They re not just my pack, they re my family. And family can be reasoned with," she urged, maintaining her courage. "We can show them that love is stronger than tradition. I can be the one to take you away from your home, Beck, but I refuse to be the one to lose you either." He stopped abruptly, turning to her, his amber eyes shimmering with intensity. "You have no idea how precious you're to me. You're worth more than they'll ever realize, but my love alone might not be enough." "Let me prove it to them," she pleaded, her heart racing. "Let me show them the strength of our bond. I want to fight for us, for everything we could be." Just then, the forest came alive with the sounds of the pack, the howls echoing like a chorus of fate. Vec's expression darkened, the reality of their situation crashing over them both. "We have to move." As they stepped into the heart of his territory, the atmosphere shifted. The air thickened with tension as the pack members gathered, their eyes narrowing at the sight of Luna beside their alpha. Whispers rippled through the crowd, a wave of disdain washing over her. Zerk sneered from the front, his tone mocking. "You've brought a trespasser into our midst. What a fool you are." "Enough." Zerk's roar silenced the members, his authority reverberating through the clearing. "This is Luna, and she is not just a trespasser, she is my mate." Gasps of disbelief rippled through the pack. Their expressions morphed from surprise to disgust, as if Vec had betrayed the very essence of the traditions. "She is an Omega," Zek spat, advancing with malice. "You're risking everything for her. She is a filthy stain on our lineage." "Enough." Vec's voice was a thunderous growl, a fierce protective instinct surging forth. "She is not a stain. She is the light in my darkness. I want to let you drag her through the mud." Luna felt the weight of their hostility, but even still, she stood tall beside Vec, feeling his strength empower her. "I am here because I love him. I love the alpha of this pack, and I will not shy away from that." "Love her?" Zerk scoffed, stepping menacingly close. "What do you know of love? You were meant to serve, not to lead. You think you can step into our world and demand acceptance?" "I don't demand acceptance," she replied, her voice steady despite the tremor of fear beneath. "I demand a chance to show you who I am, to prove that I am worthy of being by Vec's side." Vec turned to her, pride swelling in his chest. "She is stronger than you know. I believe in her." The pack shifted uneasily, the tension palpable. "And what of our traditions?" Zerk challenged, eyes blazing. "What becomes of our hierarchy if we accept an Omega as your mate?" The tradition binds us, but it does not define us, Verk countered, his voice unwavering in the midst of hostility. We can evolve. If you cannot see that, then it is your ignorance that endangers us. It is time for change. Whispers erupted among the pack, uncertainty clouding their faces. A voice emerged from the back, a wise elder, his fur grey with age. Verk, you speak of change, but change often comes with great sacrifice. Will you bear that burden for her? I would bear any burden, he declared, his gaze fierce. I'd sacrifice my title, my honor, if it meant protecting her. She is worth every consequence. Luna's heart raced at his words, the fire in her soul igniting as the pack fell silent to process his declaration. A murmur broke through, a mix of anger and disbelief intertwined with curiosity. Love cannot conquer all, Zek hissed, his voice dripping with disdain. You are a fool to think it can. Is it foolish? The elder interrupted. To long for a world where love prevails. We've clung to our ways for too long, allowing fear to dictate our hearts. Perhaps it is time to reconsider. The tension in the air shifted, the pack's eyes flickering between the elf and the wise elder. Luna felt the energy swell with possibility, a small spark igniting amidst the storm. If you give me a chance, she said, raising her voice, I will show you that love has power. I will fight for this pack as fiercely as I would fight for Verk. Verk's gaze burned with pride, yet uncertainty lingered beneath the surface. If you stand with me, I will not let them harm you. Then let us stand together, Luna urged, her heart pounding. Let us redefine what it means to be a pack, to be a family. We can be stronger together. A flicker of hope ignited in the elder's eyes, and he stepped forward. Perhaps it is time for a council gathering to discuss this matter openly. Verk, you must be prepared for the consequences of your choice, but so must she. Luna's heart raced, a mix of terror and anticipation coursing through her veins. I'll face whatever comes, she vowed, her voice steady. I won't back down. As the pack murmured amongst themselves, the elder raised his paw for silence. If we are to accept this, we must tread carefully. We cannot ignore the ingrained beliefs that have shaped our lives, but a new generation deserves a chance to thrive. Then let us begin that journey, Verk said resolutely, his voice carrying strength. Together, we will forge a new legacy, one where love leads the way. With the moon shining above, Luna felt a bond solidifying, a promise to fight against fate, to challenge the world that sought to tear them apart. They would redefine their destinies and carve out a path anew, one where love prevailed over fear. The alpha loved her, but his pack hated her kind. Part 4 ***. The gathering of the Moonshadow pack felt like a storm brewing under an ominous sky. Luna stood beside Verk, her heart thundering against her ribcage, feeling the weight of stares filled with contempt and distrust. She wasn't merely an outsider anymore, she was a challenge to their very way of life. Let us get this over with, Zek sneered, his voice slicing through the thick tension. We all know how this will end. Luna glanced at Verk, who stood tall beside her, his jaw clenched, the muscles in his arms taut with unshed frustration. They will come around, she whispered, her voice barely above a breath, yet filled with a fierce determination. They have to see what we share is real. Verk's amber eyes, filled with a mix of pride and worry, softened as they met hers. Whatever happens today, remember that I am with you. You are not alone in this. The elder of the pack stepped forward, his fur a mix of grey and black and silver. He was ancient, with wisdom etched deep in the lines of his face. We gathered today to discuss the bond between our alpha and the outsider, he announced, his voice strong yet weary. But we must tread carefully, tradition holds great power. Luna stood straighter, her heart pounding in her throat. I believe in the strength of our connection. I know I come from a different world, but if you allow me, I can show you what it means to be part of this pack. The murmurs among the pack intensified, filled with doubt and anger. Zek leaned forward, contempt dripping from his words. What can a lowly Omega possibly offer us? You read nothing but a distraction. ULO weaken Verk in this pack. Enough. Verk's roar silenced the crowd, a raw power emanating from him that sent shivers through Luna. Luna is not a weakness. She is my mate, and I will not let you diminish her worth. Love is our strength, not our weakness. A ripple of surprise passed through the assembly. Luna's heart swelled at the fierce protectiveness in Verk's tone, feeling the bond between them pulsating beneath the surface. Yet she also felt the weight of impending doom. Let us hear her, the elder said, his voice carrying authority. Luna, speak, show us your heart. Drawing a deep breath, Luna stepped forward, her voice ringing with conviction. I may be an Omega, but I am more than a label, she began. I have faced rejection, lived in fear, and endured the loneliness of the shadows, but through all that I have found hope, a hope that ignited the moment I met Verk. The pack shifted, their gazes flickering with uncertainty as she continued. I want to be part of this pack not just as Vek's mate, but as a sister and a protector. I wish to lift us all higher. I refuse to let fear dictate our destinies. Zek scoffed. You think you can change centuries of tradition with a few heartfelt words? You redreaming, little Omega. Vek's loyalty is to us, not to a fleeting fling with you. Is that what you think? Vek interjected, his voice low but brimming with fury. This isn't a flame, Zek. This is love, a love that could redefine our pack as future. It is time to let go of the past. But the past is what keeps us strong. Zek shot back, his eyes blazing. You would risk it all for a fool-esque gamble? Luna felt the tension crackle in the air as if the very fabric of their world was being challenged. Is loyalty to tradition worth the cost of love? She asked, her heart racing. What we have is worth fighting for. It can bring us together in ways you cannot yet imagine. Your words are nothing but empty promises, Zek spat, stepping forward, his hostility palpable. I will not stand idly by while you tarnish what we've rebuilt. Suddenly, a voice emerged from the back of the crowd. A woman was striking silver for her eyes wise and compassionate. Zek, perhaps you should listen. Change has come upon us like a storm. We cannot ignore it. The elder Lyra, you cannot be serious. Zek protested, incredulity lacing his voice. Tradition is our foundation. Without it, we are nothing. But it is also our chain, Lyra responded firmly, commanding respect. We must learn to adapt, to evolve. Luna deserves a chance just as we all do. Luna felt hope surge within her, bolstered by Lyra's words. I want to fight for all of us, she declared, her voice steady. Let me prove myself. I will protect this pack, and I will do everything in my power to bring us closer together. What if you fail? Zerk challenged, crossing his arms defiantly. What if your presence weakens us? Then I will accept the consequences, she replied, unflinching. I will not run from this. I will stand by Vek's side, no matter what comes. The elder turned, addressing the pack. We are at a crossroads. We can either cling to the past or embrace a future where love is our guiding light. Vek and Luna stand before us, willing to take that leap of faith, should we not honor their courage. The murmurs grew louder, uncertainty palpable in the air. Luna's heart raced as she exchanged a glance with Vek, who nodded, the warmth in his eyes giving her strength. Let us vote, the elder decided, his voice commanding. All in favor of allowing Luna to prove her worth, raise your paw. Luna held her breath, watching as a few hesitant paws were raised. Then, as if compelled by an unseen force, she felt Vek's grip tighten around her. I stand with her, he declared, raising his paw high. Together, we will show you what love can conquer. The intensity of his declaration resonated through the clearing. More pack members began to raise their paws, one by one. Hope surged within Luna, a flicker of light against the overwhelming darkness of doubt. But then Zerga's voice cut through, cold and cruel. You want to risk everything for a fool, fine, but know that if she fails you, if she weakens us, I will not stand by silently. I will hold you accountable, Vek. Luna felt the weight of Zerga's threat, a chill creeping down her spine. The pack was slowly shifting, but one voice still echoed with resistance. We cannot let this go unchallenged. We must protect what is ours. The elder raised his voice, trying to restore order. This is a new beginning. Let us remember that love and loyalty are not enemies, they can coexist. After a tense silence, the elder turned to Luna. You have asked for a chance, prove your worth, and the pack may find room for you, but understand, the price of failure is steep. I accept that price, Luna replied, her voice steady despite the fear gnawing at her insides. I will not falter. I will fight for this pack until my last breath. With that, the council was adjourned, but a chill lingered in the air. As the pack began to disperse, Luna turned to Vek, her heart racing with anticipation and worry. What now? We prepare, he replied, determination etched into every line of his face. And we face Zek together. But that night, as Luna lay awake beneath the silver moon, doubt crept in like a shadow. Would she truly be able to bridge the divide between them? As sleep finally took her, she dreamed of a world where love could conquer all, where they could rewrite the rules of their destinies together. The next day dawned bright and clear, a stark contrast to the turmoil in her heart. Vek had called for a training session for the pack, an opportunity for Luna to demonstrate her worth and commitment. Stepping into the clearing, she felt the eyes of the pack on her, heavy with skepticism. Today, we test our bonds, Vek announced, his voice booming with authority. Luna will join us in training. We will see if she can keep up with the pack. The challenge hung in the air, and Luna felt her heart pound. She knew Zek would be watching every move, waiting for her to falter. But she was determined this was her chance to prove herself. As the training commenced, Luna fought to keep pace with the stronger wolves, her muscles straining under the effort. Zeke's laughter echoed from the sidelines, mocking her every move. "Look at her," he jeered to the pack. "She is just a weaker maker trying to play with wolves. This is ridiculous." But Verk stood firm, his unwavering support infusing her with determination. "You can do this, Luna," he called, his voice punctuated with fierce pride. With each challenge, she gave it her all. She dodged, leaped, and fought with all the strength she had, refusing to let Zek's cruel words cut her down. The forest became a blur as she pushed her limits, fueled by the belief that she was fighting